Greetings! Manta-Ray79 here, and welcome back to another deck profile video for Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days! Alrighty then, let's get started. Pressing the A button now.
Vanguard
Loading game and proceeding. Here we are in the main menu, off to the edit deck menu. And here we are in the edit deck menu, and now for today's video, the deck profile I'm going to be making one for is a Stoicheia's Sylvan Beast King Magnolia D-BT06. And I'm going to be using this Stoicheia's Sylvan Beast King Magnolia D-Booster 4 deck as the base of the deck I'm going to build. Okie dokie, let's get started. Going to edit deck, entering edit deck, and off we go. Here we are in the edit deck menu, and now, as I just mentioned before, the deck I'm building today's deck profile video is a Stoicheia's Sylvan Beast King Magnolia deck, made up of cards only available up until D-Booster 6. Alrighty, let's begin. So first, off to the filter settings, and go into pack. Show only cards from D-Booster 1, Genesis of the 5 Greats, D-Booster 2, A Brush with the Legends, D-Booster 3, Advance of Intertwined Stars, D-Booster 4, Awakening of Chakrabarti, D-Booster 5, Triumphant Return of Brave Heroes, Festival Collection 2021, Festival Collection 2022, Promo Pack number 1, and last but not least, D-Booster 6, Blazing Dragon Reborn. Applying filter, and now let's start off with the Grade 4 lineup. For the Grade 4s of this deck we are playing, Grade 4, Sylvan Beast Emperor, Magnolia Elder, skills for skill, auto. When this unit is placed on the Vanguard circle, choose a card from your soul and you may call it to rearguard. And second skill, continuous as a Vanguard. If you have one or more cards in your soul or on your rearguard with Magnolia in their card names, all of your rearguards can attack and intercept from the back row and give us 5,000 power. So for Magnolia Elder, it's the main Grade 4 to ride in this deck. Its skill is the first skill. Just by riding Magnolia Elder onto your Vanguard, you can then superior call a card from your soul to potentially attack with, boost with, or to use a skill to later aid you in your later game strategy. And the second skill, just by having Magnolia on either your rearguard or soul, you'll be able to get more attacks and intercept from the back row and give the back row rearguards plus 5,000 power, giving you more offensive, defensive options depending on what cards you play in the back row. And alright, the Grade 4, Sylvan Beast Emperor Magnolia Elder. We have 4 in the deck, leaving it that way. And now for the Grade 3 lineup. For the Grade 3s of this deck we are playing, Ride Deck, Grade 3, Sylvan Beast King Magnolia, skill, auto as a Vanguard. At the end of the battle this unit attacked, cost, counter blast 1. If the cost has been paid, choose one of your rear guards, and until end of turn, that unit can attack from the back row and gives us 5,000 power. If you Persona roll this turn, choose 3 rear guards instead of 1. So for Magnolia, it's the main Grade 3 to run this deck with its skill. Just by finishing its own attack by paying the cost, you can give a back row rear guard the ability to attack from the back row and give it plus 5,000 power, giving you another attack to potentially pressure finish off your opponent with. And if you have Persona ridden Magnolia that turn, you can give 3 rear guards that power and effect instead of just 1, giving you a better chance of having a stronger offense against your opponent by having more attacks from the back row. And okie dokie, the Grade 3 Sylvan Beast King Magnolia, we have 4 in the deck, 1 in the right deck, taking 3 out, only playing 1 in the right deck. That should be enough. And for the rest of the Grade 3 lineup we are playing next is here, the Grade 3, Rotting Usurp Dragon, skill, auto from the drop zone. When your Grade 3 or greater Vanguard is placed, you may call this the rearguard circle. So for Rotting Usurp Dragon, a powerful card to play in your Stoicheia Nation decks. Just by making sure you secure Rotting Usurp in your drop zone beforehand, by the time you ride to Grade 3 or higher, you can superior call Rotting Usurp from the drop zone for no cost, giving you a decent attacker for the front row or back row, depending on what cards to play. And okay, the grade 3, Rotting Usurp Dragon, we are putting 2 into the deck. 2 is enough. And with that, the grade 3 lineup is done. Now it's time to get on to the grade 2 lineup. For the grade 2s of this deck, we are playing Ride Deck, grade 2, Sylvan Horn Beast, Lattice, skills for skill, auto. When this unit is rolled upon by Sylvan Horn Beast King Magnolia, cost Soul Blast 1. If the cost is paid, reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a unit card, call to rear guard. If it isn't, put in your hand. Second skill, auto from the back row rear guard circle. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, cost Soul Blast 1. If the cost is paid, this unit gets plus 10,000 power until end of battle. So for Lattice, it's the main grade 2 to run this deck. Its skill, the first skill. Just by running Magnolia on top of it, by paying the cost, you have the chance to either superior call a front row attacker, back row booster, or secure an order card to your hand depending on what card was revealed by the skill. And a second skill, just by securing Lattice to your back row rear guard circle, by paying the cost, you'll be able to turn your Lattice into a potential 20,000 point attacker on zone. And okay, the grade 2, Sylvan Horn Beast Lattice, we have 1 in the right deck, leaving it that way. Next up, the grade 2, Sylvan Horn Beast Magnolia, skill, auto from the back row rear guard circle. When this unit attacks, cost Counterblast 1. If the cost has been paid, choose one of your other rear guards, and it gets plus the unit's power until the end of the turn, increased by its power at that time. So for Magnolia, it's a support card for the Magnolia deck with its skill. Just by securing it from the back row rear guard circle and giving it the ability to attack in the back row, by paying the cost, you'll be able to give all of Magnolia's total power to another rear guard on your field, giving you a better chance to pressure finish off your opponent with the next rear guard attack. And affirmative, the grade 2, Sylvan Horn Beast Magnolia, we have 4 in the deck, keeping it that way. Next up, the grade 2, Sylvan Horn Beast Gabrek, not playing this card anymore, taking it out. And next in the grade 2 lineup, we're putting in, let's see. For the grade 2 lineup, next we are using, what would be good? What would be good? How about the grade 2, Spurring Maiden, Elenia, skill, auto. When this unit is placed on the rear guard circle from hand, and Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1. If the cost is paid, choose a grade 2 or less card from your drop zone, call to rear guard, and it gives plus 5,000 power until end of turn. So for Elenia, a pretty good card to play in your Stoicheia Nation decks from its skill. Just by calling it while paying the cost, you'll be able to get a grade 2 or less card from your drop zone to call to the rear guard, give it a little extra power, giving you another potential attacker for the front row, booster from the back row, or rear guard skill you wish to take advantage of later on. And okie dokie, the grade 2, Spurring Maiden, Elenia, we are putting 2 into the deck. 2 should be enough. And next in the grade 2 lineup, we are playing the grade 2, Sylvan Horn Beast, Pantero, skills for skill, auto. When this unit is placed on the rear guard circle, cost Soul Blast 1. If the cost is paid, choose a Sylvan Horn Beast Pantero from your drop, call to an open rear guard circle. Second skill, auto from the rear guard. When this unit attacks, if you have a Vanguard with Magnolia in its card name, this unit gets plus 5,000 power until end of battle. So for Pantero, it's another good support card for the Magnolia deck. Its skill, the first skill. Just by calling Pantero to the rear guard by paying the cost, you get another Pantero from your drop zone to call to the rear guard, giving you another attacker to work with. Any second skill, just by attacking while the conditions of the skill are met, your Pantero can then serve as a potential 14,000 point attacker all on its own. Alrighty then, the grade 2, Sylvan Horn Beast Pantero, we have 4 in the deck, leaving it that way. Next up, the grade 2, Clipping Dragon of Soul Revolution, skill, auto from the rear guard. At the end of your turn, if you Alchemagic an order or played it, or attacked a total of 5 or more times this turn, cost, put this unit into your soul, and countercharge 1. So for Soul Revolution, a powerful card to play in your Stoicheia Nation decks. Its skill, as long as the conditions of the skill are met, not only can you build up your soul for later Soul Blast, but to also refund your Counter Blast for later skills. And alright, the grade 2, Clipping Dragon of Soul Revolution, we have 3 in the deck, putting 1 in, playing 4, that should do it. And next, the grade 2, Sylvan Horn Beast and Pix, not playing this card anymore, taking it out. And with that, the grade 2 lineup is done. Now it's time to get on to the grade 1 lineup. For the grade 1s of this deck we are playing, Ride Deck, grade 1, Sylvan Horn Beast Karis, skills for skill, auto. When this unit is rolled upon by Sylvan Horn Beast Lattice, you may reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a grade 2 or less unit card, call to rear guard. If it isn't, put into your soul. Second skill, continuous from the back row rear guard circle. During the battle this unit attacked, this unit gets plus 5,000 power. So for Karis, it's the main grade 1 to ride this deck with its skills. The first skill, just by riding a Lattice on top of it, you have the chance to add a grade 2 or less unit card to your rear guard to potentially attack with or boost with. If it is not a unit card revealed by the skill, you have at least have a chance to build your soul for later soul blast. And the second skill, just by attacking from the back row rear guard circle, your Karis can serve as a potential 13,000 point attacker all by itself. And okay, the grade 1 Sylvan Beast Karis, we have one in the right deck, leaving it that way. Next up, the grade 1 Planet Prevent Dragon Sentinel Perfect Guard. Skills, first skill, Continuous Sentinel. Second skill, Auto. When this unit is put on the Guardian Circle, choose one of your units and it cannot be hit until end of battle. If your hand has 2 or more cards, choose a card from your hand, discard it. So for Planet Prevent, it's a perfect guard for the Stoicheia Nation. Like any other perfect guard in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. When used to guard with and discarding a card from your hand, you can block one enemy attack. But Planet Prevent also features an ability unique to all these standard format perfect guards. When used to guard with while you have less than 2 cards in hand, you will not have to pay the usual discard 1 cost, making Planet Prevent a potential no-cost perfect guard in desperate last resort situations. Affirmative, the grade 1 Planet Prevent Dragon, we have 4 in the deck, taking 1 out, only playing 3. And next for the grade 1 lineup, we are putting in the grade 1 Blitz Order Elementaria Sanctitude. Skills, for skill, Continuous Sentinel. You may only have up to 4 cards of Continuous Sentinel in a deck. Second skill, Continuous. You may only have up to 1 Elementaria Sanctitude in a deck. Third skill, Order. If your opponent's Vanguard is triple drive, this ability can be played without paying the cost. Play this if a cost of, discard a card from your hand. If your Vanguard is grade 3 or less, if the cost is paid, choose one of your units, and it cannot be hit until end of battle, remove this card. So for Elementaria Sanctitude, it's the Blitz Order version of the Perfect Guard. Its skill, the third skill. Just like any other Perfect Guard in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it can be activated in the same cost and activation. Just by discarding 1 card from your hand, you can block 1 enemy attack. But mainly, Elementaria Sanctitude is a potential no-cost perfect guard against opponents who play decks that specialize in having a Vanguard that has triple drive. For example, a grade 4 or a Vanguard that increases its drive check by skill or card effect. Against such opponents, your Elementaria Sanctitude is a potential no-cost perfect guard against such cards. So for Elementaria Sanctitude, we are putting 1 into the deck. That should be enough. And next for the grade 1 lineup, we are putting in the grade 1 Sylvan Beast Alvan. Skill, Continuous from the back row rear guard circle. During the battle this unit attacked, when your opponent would call cards from their hand to Guardian Circle, they must call 2 or more cards at the same time. So for Alvan, another support card for the Magnolia deck with its skill. Just by attacking from the back row, your opponent is forced to guard your Alvan with 2 or more cards from their hand, thus giving you a better chance to at least pressure finish them off by reducing their defensive options. Alright, the grade 1 Silverhorn Beast Alvan, we are putting 4 into the deck. 4 should be good. And with that, the grade 1 lineup is done. Now it's time to get on to the grade 0 lineup. For the grade 0s of this deck we are playing, right deck, grade 0, Sylvan Beast Latte. Skill, Auto. When this unit is ward upon, if you went second, draw a card. So for Latte, it's the starting unit of this deck. Like any other starting unit in the D standard format, it features the same skill and activation. When written on the top up, if you went second, you can draw a card. So for Sylvan Beast Latte, grade 0, we have 1 in the right deck, leaving it that way. And next up, we are putting into the grade 0 lineup is the grade 0, Normal Order, Wild Intelligence. Skill, Order, play this with a cost of Counterblast 1. If the cost is paid, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 with the same grade as your Vanguard or lower from your drop zone, call to rear guard. If your Vanguard is Sylvan Beast King Magnolia, choose up to 2 cards instead of 1. So for Wild Intelligence, it's a powerful order card that's more or less support for the Magnolia deck. With skill, by paying the cost, not only can you potentially call a rear guard that can attack with, boost with, or use its skill later on, but if you activated this order while your Vanguard is Sylvan Beast King Magnolia, you can call 2 cards instead of 1, giving you more rear guards to, again, attack with, boost with, or use their skills to aid your later game strategy later on. So The grade 0, normal order, wild intelligence, we are putting in 2 into the deck. 2 is enough. And with that, the grade 0 lineup is done. Now it's time to get on to the trigger lineup. For the triggers of this deck, we are playing the grade 0, Aspiring Maiden, Alana, critical trigger, skill, auto as a rear guard. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted. Cost, put this unit into your soul. If the cost is paid, choose one of your units, and it gets plus 2,000 power until end of turn. So for Alana, a powerful critical trigger to play in your Stoicheia Nation decks with her skill. After boosting the attack, regardless if the attack hits or not, as long as you don't mind moving Alana from your rear guard to your soul, not only can you build up your soul for later soul blast, but to also give your remaining attackers in the field, either your Vanguard or rear guard, a little extra power to work with. And affirmative, the grade 0, Aspiring Maiden, Alana, critical trigger, we have 4 in the deck, leaving it that way. Next up, the grade 0, Sylvan Horn Beast, Jackalope, critical trigger, not playing this card anymore, taking it out, and in its place we are putting in the grade 0, Frenzied Heiress, front trigger, skill, continuous as a guardian. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit gets us 5,000 shield. So for Frenzied Heiress, it's a powerful front trigger to play in your Stoicheia Nation deck. With its skill, just by guarding with it while the conditions of the skill are met, your Frenzied Heiress can serve as a potential 20,000 point shield on her own. And okie dokie, the grade 0, Frenzied Heiress, front trigger, we are playing 4 into the deck. 4 should be enough. And next up, the grade 0, Serene Maiden, Lena, draw trigger, skill, continuous as a guardian. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit gets plus 5,000 shield. So for Lena, she's a powerful draw trigger to play in your Stoicheia Nation decks with her skill. When used to guard with while the conditions of the skill are met, your Lena can serve as a potential 10,000 point shield on her own. Alrighty then, the grade 0, Serene Maiden, Lena, draw trigger, we have 3 in the deck, leaving it that way. Next up, the grade 0, Sylvan Horn Beast, Zlatara, heal trigger, not playing this card anymore, taking it out, and in its place we are putting in the grade 0, Zycephalia, Fairy, Asher, heal trigger, skill, auto. When this unit is placed on the Guardian Circle, if your opponent's attacking unit has attacked 2 or more times this turn, this unit gets plus 15,000 shield until end of battle. Active in this battle is its second attack this turn or more. So for Asher, a powerful heal trigger to play in your Stoicheia Nation decks. With its skill, when used to guard with while the conditions of the skill are met, your Asher can then serve as a potential 25,000 point shield on his own. Ideally, Asher is a counter heal best played against opponents who play decks that specialize in restanding and attacking multiple times their units, either their Vanguard or rear guards. Okay, the grade 0, Zycephalia, Fairy, Asher, heal trigger, we are putting in 2 into the deck. 2 is fine. And next up, the grade 0, Alchemic Hedgehog, heal trigger, skill, auto. When this unit is put on the Guardian Circle, if the attacking unit's critical is 2 or greater, and its critical is increased by a non-trigger effect ability, or its original critical is 2 or greater, this unit gets plus 15,000 shield until end of battle. And so for the grade 0, Alchemic Hedgehog, another powerful heal trigger to play in your Stoicheia Nation decks. For its skill, when used to guard with while the conditions of the skill are met, your Alchemic Hedgehog can then serve as a potential 25,000 point shield on its own. Ideally, Alchemic Hedgehog is a counter heal best played against opponents who play decks that specialize in increasing their attacking unit's critical, either Vanguard or rear guard, by skill or card effect. And affirmative, the grade 0, Alchemic Hedgehog, heal trigger, we are putting 2 into the deck. 2 is fine. And finally, the grade 0, Source Dragon, DD of Blessings, Bless Favor, over trigger, skill, trigger, additional effect. Draw a card, choose one of your units, and it gets plus 1 critical until end of turn. All of your front row units gets plus 10,000 power. If your damage zone has the same number of cards as your opponents or more, choose a card from your damage zone and heal it. So for Bless Favor, it's the over trigger for the Stoicheia Nation. Like any other over trigger in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. When revealed during a drive check or damage check, you get 100 million power and draw a card. But Bless Favor also features an ability unique to it alone. When revealed during a drive check on your turn, not only can you draw 1 card, give a critical to 1 unit in your field, either Vanguard or rear guard, you can also give plus 10,000 power to the front row and heal 1 damage as long as you've got the appropriate amount of cards in your damage zone, making Bless Favor more or less all 4 of the D standard format triggers into 1 card. Draw trigger, critical trigger, front trigger, and heal trigger all in 1. And okay, the grade 0 Source Dragon DD Blessings plus Favor over trigger. We have one in the deck, leaving it that way. And with that, the deck has been built. Cardfight explained. So let's save the deck. Override deck being built. Yes. And for the cards in this deck, we are playing 4 grade 4 Sylvan Horn Beast Emperor Magnolia Elder. 1 grade 3 Sylvan Horn Beast King Magnolia. 2 grade 3 Rotting Usurp Dragon. 1 grade 2 Sylvan Horn Beast Lattice. 4 grade 2 Sylvan Horn Beast Gnosia. 2 grade 2 Spurring Maiden Elenia. 4 grade 2 Sylvan Horn Beast Fantero. 4 grade 2 Clipping Dragon of Soul Revolution. 1 grade 1 Sylvan Horn Beast Karis. 3 grade 1 Planet Prevent Dragon. 1 grade 1 Elementaria Sanctitude. 4 grade 1 Sylvan Horn Beast Alvin. And 1 grade 0 Sylvan Horn Beast Latte. 2 grade 0 Wild Intelligence. And for the trigger line of this deck, we are playing 4 critical triggers, 4 front triggers, 3 draw triggers, 4 heal triggers, and last but not least, 1 over trigger plus favor. Alright, the deck has been built, card effects explained. Now it's time to test out a deck, so let's leave the edit deck menu and return to the main menu, up to fight menu, and to CPU fight. Selecting the deck I just built, the Stoicheia's Sylvan Horn Beast King Magnolia D-Booster06 deck. Selecting deck and choosing opponent. For the opponent, I'm gonna test it out on the Brad Gate, Tomari Seto, normal difficulty. And the battle begins. Let's get started. Here we are in the fight. We're gonna decide who goes first. So, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock the scissors, I win going first. Drawing our starting hands. I drew an Alvin, a grade 4, a front trigger, a Pantero, and a Wild Intelligence. Not bad. Gonna hold on to everything else, just return the trigger, redraw. Gnosia, not bad. Now I'm gonna go first. I draw. I write from the right deck, Sylvan Horn Beast Karis. For the right deck cost, I'm discarding 1 Pantero, discard, and right Karis. That's the end of my turn. My opponent's turn. My opponent's riding Kyanite Blue, skill the starter, she draws a card, and Kyanite Blue skill, she switches her deck for Galactolus and adding to hand. Now, calling the rear guard and activating Galactolus, rest it and set Galactolus. Soul charging 3, 1, 2, and 3. Nice! A critical and 2 Persona rides out of the deck. Vanguard to Vanguard, no guard, taking the hit. Drive check. No trigger, safe, so 1 damage. Ow! Damage check. Ah, heal trigger, wasted a trigger, come on! Trigger effect wasted. Heal trigger for this damage, come on. End of my opponent's turn, my turn, I stand and draw, I ride. From the right deck, Sylvan Horn Beast Lattice. For the right deck cost, I'm discarding. I'm gonna discard Alvin, discard, and right Lattice. Karis' skill. Look at the top card of my deck. Come on, grade 2 or less. Yes, Pantero. Calling to rear guard. Calling. And Pantero's skill. Soul Blast 1. Soul Blast. And Superior Call Pantero to the rear guard. Calling. And are there any more Panteros in the drop? Nope, no more, so not activating its skill. Now I'm going to call Alenia to the rear guard, or should I call... Nope, I'm activating Wild Intelligence. Counterblast 1, Counterblast, and drop the top 3 cards of my deck. Ah, come on! 3 triggers out of the deck! Ah, unbelievable! So unlucky! Even my over triggers out of the deck! Fine, whatever, I'm calling Alvin to the rear guard. Calling. On to battle phase. My rear guard Panther on the left attacks the Vanguard, 9k. The attack goes through, and slash! 1 damage to the opponent. Ah, heal trigger. Come on! Now my Vanguard needs 1 trigger to go through. So is my other rear guard. Ah, so unlucky. First 3 triggers get knocked out of my deck, and my opponent gets 1 trigger in the first damage. Unbelievable. Fine, whatever. Vanguard to Vanguard. Come on, front trigger. Drive check. Ah, no trigger. The attack fails, and now I cannot attack anymore, so end of turn. My opponent's turn. My opponent rides. Rizit Pink. Rizit Pink's skill. I gotta imprison 1 card in my hand. I'm imprisoning Magnolia. And now she calls Trace June, and Trace June. Rear guard to Vanguard. I'm going to intercept with the Panther on the left. Intercept. 15k. Attack blocked. Kachink. Safe. Here comes attack from the Vanguard. 10k. No guard. Taking the hit. Drive check. Ah, come on! Critical! Ah, first the heal, now a crit. How is she so lucky? Ow! Damage check, come on! No trigger, Ganoza, come on, give me a heal trigger! Ah, critical! All affects the Vanguard. And attacking the rear guard, 28k. I don't have enough to guard. Unbelievable! I need at least 10,000 to guard. Fine, I'm guarding Alenia, and Pantero intercepts 30k. The attack is blocked and safe. Kachink, safe. And now it's my turn. I'm gonna stand and draw. I ride from the right deck, Sylvan Beast King Magnolia. For the right deck cost, I'm discarding Alenia, discard, and Bright Magnolia. Latice's skill, Soul Blast 1, Soul Blast, and the top card of my deck is a draw trigger. Ah, come on! Why am I so unlucky in this match? Fine, I'm gonna Superior Call over here. Activate Wild Intelligence, Counterblast 1, Counter Blast. Drop the top 3 cards of my deck. Oh, come on! I dropped a perfect guard and a critical. Fine, then I'm gonna call. I only have 1 card in Soul, so I'm just gonna call Karis, and that is the tough choice. Then I'm gonna call Karis and Pantero. Call Karis and Pantero. Calling. Pantero skill. Soul Blast 1, Soul Blast, and Superior Call. Pantero from the drop. Calling. That should be enough. On to battle phase. First up. Boosted by Lena. My Magnolia attacks the Vanguard. 17k. Come on, give me some good triggers. The attack goes through. Twin Drive. First check. Grade 4. Come on. Second check. Ah, grade 2. Only 1 damage. Slash. Damage check. Ah, come on. Seriously? Another critical for the first damage?
パワープラス
How? How does she keep getting so lucky? Magnolia skill. Give one rear guard on the back row the ability to attack. I give it to Karis.
パワープラス
Plus 5,000 power as well. Pantero, unboosted. Attacks the rear guard. Trace June. Skill, plus 5,000 power.
どうだパワープラス
14k to the rear guard.
No,
The attack goes through. And slash, one less rear guard to worry about. Now boosted by Albin. Pantero attacks. Hold on, let's see. Nope, Karis attacks the rear guard. Trace June, 13k.
ノーガード
The attack goes through, and bash. One less we're going to worry about. Now boosted by Albin, Pantero attacks the Vanguard.
アタックだ
Pantero's skill plus 4,000, 5,000 power, so total
発動だ
22,000 power to the Vanguard.
ノ
The
ーガ
attack
ード
goes through, and slash.
ダメージ
One damage to the opponent, and no triggers, safe. So that's the end of my turn. My opponent's turn.
私のターンねドロー
My opponent rides the grade 3, Seraph Snow. And now, Seraph Snow skill.
ようこそ
She's counterblasting 1 to imprison 2 cards.
族に収容
Alvin and Panthero.
ヴァンガードに当たって
Vanguard to Vanguard. Let's see. Magnolia doesn't need any counterblasts, but I need to give some to Gnosia, but my opponent gets triple drive. The most I can guard up is 20, 33k, one trigger to pass. Not enough to guard, gotta take a chance. No
ノーガ
guard.
ード
ドライブ
Triple drive, first check. No trigger, normal unit. Second check.
ドライブチェック
Ah, come on, critical!
クリッ
How does she keep getting so lucky with all the triggers? Third check, come on, nothing.
ドロートリガー
Ah, draw trigger, come
パワ
on!
ープラス
So 2 damage to me. Here it comes.
これが瀬戸たまりの魂じゃ
Chains come down, getting blasted, and ow,
ダ
damage check.
ゲッ
Ah,
トドロー
draw trigger, finally something good. Draw 1, power to Vanguard. I drew a perfect guard, not bad. Second check, come on. Grade 4, nothing. So, end of my opponent's turn, my turn. I stand and draw. I ride Sylvan Horn Beast Emperor, Magnolia Elder, and now activating Rotting Usurp Dragon skill, Superior Call from the drop zone over here. Yep, over here, and Magnolia Elder skill, Superior Call, 1 card from the soul. In the prison, there are at least 3 here, so nope, not gonna activate the skill, leaving Magnolia in the soul, and I'm gonna counterblast 1, counterblast, Superior Call 2 cards from the prison, counterblast, and Superior Calling Alvin and Gnosia, calling 1 and 2. Call.
スペリオルコール
That should be enough. Now let's get on to the battle phase. First up, my Pantero unboosted attacks the Vanguard, 14k.
アタック
Pantero skill plus 5,000 power,
パワープラス
19k to the Vanguard. My opponent guards with a draw trigger, Amulet Connector, 10k shield. The attack is blocked. Now, my rear guard, Rotting Usurp. Wait, hold on. 18k from this side. 18k and 13k. Alright, then. Alvin attacks the Vanguard, 13k.
アタック
The attack goes through, and bash, 1 damage.
ダメー
Damage
ジ
check. No trigger, safe. And now, my Vanguard attacks the Vanguard, 13k. My opponent double guards, 43k.
チェックザ
Over trigger to
ドライブ
pass, first check.
ゲット
Front trigger.
フロントトリガー
Power to the front row.
パワープラス
Second check.
チェックザドライブトリ
No trigger. And third check. Come
オ
on, something
ドラ
good.
イブトリ
Yes! Heal trigger, finally! I heal 1 point of damage. Healing. And giving power to my rear guard, Rotting Usurp.
パワープラス
The attack fails, but now, first up from the back row, Karis attacks the Vanguard, 13k, skill 18k, the attack goes through, bash, 1 damage to the opponent, damage check, no trigger, safe. Now 2 more attacks. First, Gnozi attacks the Vanguard, 25k, she perfect guards. For the perfect guard cost, she's discarding a prison, the attack fails. And now, Rotting Usurp Dragon attacks the Vanguard, 28k, another perfect guard. For the perfect guard cost, she's discarding a normal unit, Rizet Paint, and the attack fails. But now, my opponent only has 2 cards left in hand, so that's the end of my turn. My opponent's turn. My opponent's, Persona Ride. And now, activating her Seraph Snow skill, she imprisons 2 rear guards and calling 2 rear guards, Twin Bulldoze and Tress June. Rear guard to Vanguard, 20k. No guard, take the hit.
ノーガード
Ow! Damage check. No trigger. Vanguard to Vanguard, 33k, triple drive. I perfect guard. Yep, perfect guard with Flat Prevent. And for the perfect guard cost, I'm discarding.
スキル発動
I'm discarding Gnosia. Discard.
完全ガードだ
Triple drive. First check. Critical trigger. All affects the rear guard. And second check. Double trigger. Come on. Draw trigger. Powder rear guard. Third check. No trigger, safe, so the attack is blocked. Ka-chink, safe. Now here comes Bulldoze with a total of 51k. I need at least, let's see, I need at least 45k to block it, so here's 40k and guard and the prison is 3 cards in total, so yep, guard with 2 front triggers and intercept with Pantero. Guard, intercept, effect added, plus 10,000 shield, 58k, attack blocked, and ka-chink, safe. Now end of my opponent's turn, my turn, stand and draw. I'm skipping the right phase, going to the main phase. I'm activating the prison skill. Counterblast 1, counterblast, and Superior Call 2 cards from the prison. I'm Superior Calling Gnosia and Alvin. Calling over here and calling over here. That should do it. Now my calling to the rear guard, Soul Revolution. That should be enough. No, wait. Switching places of Gnosia and Karis. Yep, that should be enough. On to battle phase. First up, my Vanguard attacks the Vanguard, 13k, triple drive. My opponent double guards for 38k. No pass, first check. Draw trigger, nice. I give all effects to... Giving it all to... Gnosia. Draw a card, I drew Pantero. Second check. No trigger, Soul Revolution. Third check. No trigger, Pantero, so... Attack failed, but then now here comes... Soul Revolution against... Unboosted against the rear guard, Tress June. 15k, the attack goes through, and slash, one less rear guard to worry about. Now my rear guard, Usurp Dragon, attacks the Vanguard, 18k. My opponent perfect guards. For the perfect guard cost, she's discarding another prison. And the attack fails, but now my opponent only has 1 card in hand. With that, my rearguard Alvin can attack the Vanguard. Skill activated.
ノーガード
The attack goes through and bash. 1 damage.
ダメージ
Damage check. No trigger, 6 damage. I win.
俺の勝ちだ
That was a really rough fight. Despite some really bad luck on the triggers from my side and good bad luck on the triggers from my opponent's side, I still managed to eke out a win, so I got win double trigger, attack 6 or more times this turn, perfect guarded, 8 turns passed, did a superior call, and retired 5 opposing units. I got 2,000 VP, total 64,125 VP, pressing A to go next, leaving the fight and returning to fight menu.
どのファイター
Leaving the
どの
fight menu, back to main menu, and on to the edit deck menu. With that, the deck's been built, card ups explained, and just finished testing out the deck in front of you. So first I want to say is, thank you to the viewers watching today's video, and to please stay tuned for more videos I plan to upload again in the near future. I also hope you all show support by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my videos and channel. And with that I say, goodbye and